Hi guys, on this week's BartenderHQ.com podcast, we're talking comic books. I know. Why, do you ask? Because this is the first episode of Booze Bazinga. It's a special episode, so stay tuned.
Welcome to the BartenderHQ.com podcast. Find us on Facebook and Twitter at BartenderHQ. Here's your host, David Eden-Sangwell.
Okay guys, so yeah, it is a bit of a weird episode. This is basically the first episode that we ever shot for Booze Bazinga. It's myself and Samuel Boulton from liquidthoughts.co.uk talking about comic books and stuff, and not just comic books, but the movies and all the other stuff that goes along with it. We drink some cocktails as well. In our first episode, we kind of had pretty basic drinks because it was a bit of a last minute thing. But in future, we're going to be talking probably more kind of themed cocktails as well. So if you enjoy some of the Deadpool style stuff that I've done in the past, if you enjoyed the Captain America, Iron Man cocktails that we've done, keep an eye, because there's going to be all sorts of cool stuff coming. You can find it on the Facebook page as well. It's facebook.com/Booze Bazinga, and enjoy the show. I'll put a link in the show notes, but enjoy.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who chose to oppose his shield must yield.
Okay, hello and welcome to the first ever Booze Bazinga. I am David Eden-Sangwell from BartenderHQ.com, and joining me,
I am Samuel Boulton from liquidthoughts.co.uk.
So essentially we are both bartenders, but we are not your typical bartenders that will sit around talking about sports all day because we run out of any knowledge after 2 to 3 seconds when we're talking about sports. Yeah, sometimes. I've heard of sports.
There's a ball involved.
With some of them, definitely. That has, yeah. But we are really into our geeky culture. We are really into our superheroes, our comic book movies, all that
booze.
Kind of thing. And booze. Very much into booze. We are geeks drinking damn fine cocktails. Where are the cocktails?
We should make cocktails.
We'll be right back. Sam's gone to make cocktails. It's better. So, what are we drinking, Sam?
I have an Angostura 1919 and Coke. I think you have a Woods Dark Rum and Coke.
Excellent. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, essentially the way that these episodes are going to work, we are going to sit down, we're going to grab ourselves a cocktail, we're going to tell you what we're drinking, and then if you want to make one yourself to drink along, we'll send you over to our websites to grab the recipes. Sounds like a plan. And then if you're not interested in doing that, from week to week, you don't have to. You can just literally enjoy the chat. So what have you been watching this week, Sam?
Civil War.
Civil War. Who hasn't been watching Civil War this week? Superb movie.
Great movie.
You're pleased with it?
Team Cap.
There is Team Cap. I'm more of a Team Iron Man guy.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Are we going
America
to have to recreate the whole movie?
Captain America film.
Yes.
Captain America,
It is
right?
Captain America film. It does feel a bit like an Avengers film, but it's definitely got that Captain America lead to it. I really enjoyed it. What was your favourite part? Be warned, guys, there will probably be spoilers.
Lots and lots.
Many
of
spoilers.
Black Panther.
Black Panther?
Best character ever.
Yeah.
Overpowered.
Okay.
He ran faster than a car at one point. And he's
So did Cap and...
Cap's at the peak of physical fitness, though. And
Bucky.
Bucky's just cool. He can do what he
They
wants.
were all going at that speed, weren't they? It wasn't...
Apparently they had them on a conveyor belt, like, as they ran.
Okay.
That's how they made them go faster than the car.
Why didn't they just slow the cars down? That would be much easier.
Because money.
Okay. They'd got so much money and they needed to dispose
money to
of.
burn.
So that was a great chase scene with the car chase, and it's hilarious when you see the little video that comes up on Facebook. Have you seen this one? Where you see the guys jumping off boxes and then running down the street
where they take
and just
all the
jumping
effects.
up in the air. It was brilliant. And then there's I think one that was coming up for Doctor Strange, which is coming very, very soon. I think is it November,
Cumberbatch is going to do well.
Yeah, it's going to be a superb movie. Cannot wait for that. But you literally just see all of the guys running down the street and just jump, like that. That's all that happened. It's the most anticlimactic thing. But you know then when you see the movie, it's going to look immense. They're going to jump into another dimension or something. Who knows what's going to happen? That film looks crazy. Have you seen the trailer for this one already?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Cumberbatch is awesome.
I mean, I love... He does. I love Inception as much as the next guy, and it basically looks like they've just
very
had
Inception-esque.
green screen of Benedict and then just played the whole of Inception in the background.
I just want to watch him go.
But it does look good.
I want to know how they're going to intertwine that though into the rest of the films. Like, 'cause he's going to join the rest of them, and you're going to get that kind of aspect in the rest of the films.
Well, I think that's going to make a lot of sense when you get towards the Infinity Wars movies. Because you're going to get a lot more of the magic in there and Thanos and all that side of things. That makes a lot of sense to me. And maybe we might even get some sort of crossover with Thor, where Thor kind of explains how all of this actually works. Because everything in Asgard, in terms of the magic stuff and the mystical stuff, has been kind of explained as exactly science that we haven't got to yet. So I'm wondering if that's going to be something, because I know obviously we've got Thor Ragnarok coming soon as well. Is that next year?
Ragnarok, yeah, that's going to be a big one.
And that's going to be the buddy cops.
That's got the Hulk in.
With the Hulk, yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
So intergalactic
Hulk
buddy
beating
cop.
up some Asgardians.
Yeah. So that's going to be really cool. End of Civil War. So as I said, we're going to get into spoilers. So it's really up to you. At the end of Civil War, do you think, because they have, the Russo brothers have mentioned that the Infinity Wars are going to be renamed.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be called Infinity War Part 1 and 2. My money is on the first Infinity War movie being renamed The Secret Avengers. Because that is a storyline from the comic books. We've already seen that Cap is kind of taking his Avengers underground when he went to the prison to bust the guys out. I think we're going to see the first one being Infinity War, The Secret Avengers.
Well, it makes sense, because Black Panther can fund it. He's got the money, he's got the resources. Although he did his dad signed the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah.
So he technically is harbouring weapons of mass destruction or whatever they called them. So,
because that prison,
I could imagine General Thunderbolt Ross trying to send the Avengers into Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
And Wakanda goes.
The sanctioned Avengers.
Yeah,
the Iron Man,
the Iron Man team.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't even know if they're all there. We don't even know if they're all Wakanda. We know Cap and Bucky are, but
yeah,
the end credits scene was a bit pants. It just kind of wrapped up the film a bit more.
And
they were both
don't forget, we're going to put out a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
that was the other
come on, we know that.
Well, the other thing is, I think the difference now is they were talking about doing the new Spider-Man movie, and everyone was saying, oh, it's going to be a collaboration between the MCU and Sony, and like Sony would still take care of it. But it seems now that Spidey is going to be just a full-on part of the MCU, and Sony just distributes those movies. So they're not actually taking too much of the creative stuff.
No, but then how much of that is Marvel going to will? Because surely, we're saying Marvel's still got the merchandising rights, so they need it to do well, so they could profit as always.
Mm-hmm. And they're still going to be getting a cut. And
Marvel
the fact that they've joined. Well, yeah, it's Disney, isn't it?
Yeah, they're Disney.
Disney likes money, and Disney
and everything.
Disney have lost they're not lost money, but their earnings were down like 6.9% on the last quarter. But I think that was before we had Civil War coming out. But then
Civil War didn't get mad.
Civil War didn't go crazy because probably some people were like, we've just seen Batman vs Superman. It wasn't exactly what we wanted. I quite liked it. I'm not crapping on this movie. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best put together. It was a bit confusing in places. It was a bit jumpy around, and I'm not exactly. It didn't flow. It didn't flow for me. But all of the elements I enjoyed.
The best Batman we've ever had on screen.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
I'm a big Bale fan.
Bale, you're out.
You know, he personified the words "I am Batman."
Yeah, but you're gone, Bale. Sorry,
He's done. Affleck, Batfleck's done well.
He has.
Big Batman fan.
And he is a huge Batman fan as well. He's actually got a Batcave in his house and all sorts of stuff. He's built his own Batcave. Yeah, he's literally
method.
the world's biggest. This was well before. This was just, I want a Batcave. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? But if you're Ben Affleck, you can afford to have a damn Batcave. I think Civil War suffered a little bit of... We've just seen two superheroes fighting each other.
And you're going to have the DC Marvel fans choosing their film as well.
I don't think you are.
Two very similar storylines.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if you're a DC fan, you're going to
if
go
they
see
came out
that
the same
first,
week,
and then you're going to I'm not bothered now.
Yeah. I think if they came out the same week, then fair enough.
DC
Like, you're going to pick one or the other.
DC wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't. Not at the minute. Certainly not based on how well Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman
Suicide
have done.
Squad, though.
Suicide Squad looks amazing.
I think I'm more excited for Suicide Squad than I was for Civil War.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Civil War does look
because we knew what we were getting with Civil War. Like, they're not going to drop the ball this far in. Like, what, there are like 11 films or something?
Yeah.
They're not going to drop the ball now. The Russo brothers are good. We know they can deliver Cap films. So, but Suicide Squad, they've just done loads of reshoots.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like the idea of giving it a lighter tone, but I think it should always be a lighter tone for this.
Yeah, I don't think they've actually changed much of the tone. I know they've done the reshoots. I don't think they were really changing the tone. I don't think it was any reaction to anything else. I think it was just they've gone into the edit and they've gone, we could do with having a bit more of this, or a bit less of this, or a bit of
it's
this.
just a publicity.
No, I think...
They're definitely reshot.
Well, yeah, but all of these movies now come with reshoots kind of built into their time frames. They all put in some space. I was who was it I was listening to? Gary Oldman on the Nerdist podcast. I was listening to his interview on the Nerdist podcast, and he said it used to be that you'd kind of sign up for a job, and then you'd block out that 3 months, and then you'd move on, and you could have a couple of months off, and then you'd move on to your next project. But now everything's kind of back to back. Everyone's doing reshoots for pretty much every movie because of the way that the editing's moved on and how quickly you can kind of get to the point of seeing what your movie's going to look like. It's a lot easier to then go back and go, right, let's block in 5 days and we get the cast back, and if we need to do anything extra, then we can do it. And I think that's all it is. It's like, well, this shot could be a little bit tidier. This shot could be a little bit, maybe if it went this way instead of that way, or maybe we could switch this line because something else happened in another scene that we shot afterwards that it would make more sense. So I think that might be a lot of it. I don't genuinely think that Warner Brothers and DC are going, oh, Batman vs Superman wasn't as well received as we thought, so let's change the Suicide Squad. It's always going to be a fun movie. Look at the trailers they put out.
Yeah,
the best music in trailers since Guardians, I think.
What do you think to Jared Leto?
I really like him. I like him.
I think they... probably a lot of people disagree with me. I think they should have gone very cartoony, pointed face Joker, CG'd his face. I'd have been open to that. I'm not normally a CGI fan.
Okay.
But I'd have CGI'd his face. I'd have made it pointy. I'd have made him really twisted. Give him a really cool reason for looking like that.
I think he's going to be very twisted. I think he's going to be a scary dude.
Apparently he's been sending like taxidermy and stuff to like the crew and like he's got really method with it. All sorts of weird.
I don't know. Margot Robbie was tattooing other members of the Suicide Squad on set. I think they've all got squad written on their wrists now.
That's a bit into it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool though. I like it. So have you watched any of the like Arrow, Flash, the Flarrowverse stuff?
I've not seen Arrow and Flash.
Any of it?
No.
So you haven't seen the Suicide Squad that we had in the Arrowverse?
There was Suicide?
Yes, there was.
No.
They've disappeared now because of what's going on in the movie universe. So it's because this doesn't tie in. It's not the way that Marvel do it, where they tie their TV shows into their movie stuff. They kind of keep them two separate universes, so they don't have to play around.
There's possibly going to be two Flashes, isn't there?
Yes, there is. But then the other thing that you can kind of do with that, because of what they've got into with the Flash, here comes some spoilers for the Flash. It's going to ruin it for you, but it's not. But they've got into doing multiverses already. Like in season 2, Flash is moving between different dimensions and Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 4 to see different incarnations of themselves. Earth 2, you've got Oliver Queen's dad is the Green Arrow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So I think we're actually going to see, because I don't know if you know, but the actor that plays Barry's father in The Flash is John Wesley Shipp, who was the Flash in the 1990s series.
Nay.
And I think, I'm pretty sure actually, in one of the trips between dimensions, we've actually seen John Wesley Shipp in his original Flash costume. So they're basically saying he's there, but he's in one of the other Earths.
Cool.
As the Flash.
I like it.
And the way that things look at the minute, he might also be in our universe, or Earth 2, he might be Jay Garrick.
Okay.
So there's all sorts of stuff going on there. That's unconfirmed, but if it comes true, I told you.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. And we'll just cut that if it doesn't happen. But I did have a point. Yes, Suicide Squad in the Arrowverse. We had a brilliant Amanda Waller, I thought. We had Deadshot. We had... who else did we have in this Suicide Squad? We had Captain Boomerang. We got a bit of a tease of Harley Quinn in an Argus facility.
She's going to be the big one.
Yes, she is. I think we are going to see a Harley Quinn standalone movie.
Fantastic actress.
In the next 5 years, yes.
She seems to have nailed it. She looks the part.
Yes.
It's just how... Can she be that
Can she
crazy?
be that comedy cartoon character in real life?
Yeah.
No, I think it's going to be really,
She's
really
got
cool.
a hammer in this, hasn't she? In the film? I think we've seen that in the
I
trailer.
believe, yeah, I think there's been a little hint of it, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she's called him Mr. J as well. That'd be good.
I do like the Daddy's Little
bit.
Monster t-shirt that she's wearing and that sort of thing. Yeah, I think it's going to be an amazing movie to get into. So is that your most anticipated movie for the rest of the year, or are we talking? We've got still to come, Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we got? There must be others.
For the rest of the year.
Yeah. And there's another Star Wars, I'm guessing, coming out Christmas time. Rogue One, is that Christmas?
Yeah, I think that's Rogue One this Christmas.
So that's going to be pretty good. The first trailer for that looks very good with Felicity Jones in the lead.
I'm interested to see how that plays in.
Yeah.
And how they going to go down the route of cameos and stuff like that.
Are we going to see Darth Vader?
Yeah, are we going to get that, or is it going to be a complete standalone where you can just tell it's in that universe?
Well, I mean, we already know.
The trailer, I feel, is very un-Star Warsy.
Yeah, well, my wife actually watched it when we went to see Civil War at the cinema, and even though there were AT-ATs wandering about and stormtroopers, she didn't realise it was Star Wars until the titles came up at the end. She's not a massive Star Wars fan. I will give her that, but I was like, surely people know what the stormtroopers are. They're those dudes that can't hit anything. By the way, have you seen the video online of the Stormtrooper cocktail?
No.
That's amazing. The guy puts down his glass, pours some ice near it, pours the drink to the side of it,
They'd make
and then serves
it,
it.
Wouldn't they?
Yeah. I was like, can't hit
in the
anything.
world.
Can't hit anything.
Oh.
So I thought that was very, very funny. I'll try and find it and put some clips on the screen for you guys. But yeah, so what's your most anticipated for the rest of this year?
Definitely Suicide Squad.
Definitely Suicide Squad.
Definitely.
Even following Batman vs Superman, we know Batman's in there somewhere. Superman's obviously
but Batman
dead
was the
at
best
end.
part of the film.
He really was.
He wasn't dead at the end of the film.
Spoilers.
The dirt rose, man. The dirt
Yeah, it
rose.
Yeah, it did.
That's it. The dirt rose. That's alive. They couldn't follow through. No balls. No balls.
No, they couldn't just leave it until the beginning of the next one.
Like,
just leave people on the edge of their seats.
yeah, exactly. They couldn't even give us that. They had to really right in.
I do think they should have started the Justice League without Superman, and then he comes back.
Yeah. They could have
Or
just
was it
sent
better?
Superman an email saying we need you, because that's what you do now.
Yeah, because he's probably got his BlackBerry.
I mean, to be fair, what's her name? Wonder Woman did nothing in that film.
Not very much.
She walked around, she checked her
Rocked
emails.
up at the end.
Checked her emails, and then she kind of just went toe to toe for no real reason. She didn't really do much.
Well,
apart from the lasso. The lasso was wicked.
That was pretty
The
cool.
lasso was good.
Pretty cool. I'm really interested to see this Wonder Woman standalone as well. That's next year, right?
I think it'll be really good.
I do as well.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. If you're an American, sorry, you lot say it wrong. It's not Gal Gadot. It's obviously a French-sounding name. Gal Gadot.
Gadot. But yeah, I think she's good. She was a weird choice.
Yeah.
To begin with.
Yeah.
But she looks good.
She does. She's got the look. I mean, if she improves her acting, that'll help.
Yeah, she'll have to actually act.
She was a bit wooden.
I don't want to say checking any more emails.
No. It's not... Well, the first part of it's in World War II, so if she's checking emails in that, that's a loss for me. I don't think that's going to... That's not going to work out well.
Some guy at LexCorp as well. Whoever made the logos at LexCorp, bet he had nothing to do on his lunch break or something.
I'll tell you what, though. Who's the guy that plays Kirk in the new Star Trek films? Chris Pine. Because he's in that Wonder Woman.
Okay.
He's playing Trevor, what's his face?
Okay.
So, her kind of love interest, I guess. I hope it's not going to be a love story, because...
No, we don't need that. You know, we need to see some Amazonian action.
Amazonian ass-kicking.
Yeah.
Going on.
More lasso of truth.
More lasso of truth. Now, this is what I was about to say. Plane. Yeah.
She doesn't have the invisible plane, I'm kicking off.
Now, we've got a lot of stuff in these early DC comics. For example, like Batman knocking around with a small child that he takes into battle with him. That seems a little bit abusive.
You know something, Batman?
What's that, Robin?
She looks very pretty when she's asleep.
Yeah,
a little bit.
But, you know, they've kind of addressed it by having the adult Robin as the one that got murdered, and all that sort of stuff. So that's interesting, but... Was I boring you, Sam?
We'll cut that bit out.
Okay. So yeah, we had the adult, but how are you going to do... Are they going to call it the lasso of truth? Just a weird...
I want a lasso
just
of truth.
Just an odd sounding
I want an invisible plane.
Yeah.
But you still need to be able to see her when she's in the plane.
Right.
Just the plane's invisible, not
So just essentially,
like
you just want her flying in a seated position.
Yes.
That's going to be the weirdest looking thing ever.
Original.
She could be on an invisible Vespa.
Who decided to draw that?
I don't know. We'll find out and judge them harshly. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up there. This is kind of an overviewy one because there's been a lot of superhero news for us to cover between now and 2008. So we've had a lot to get through.
We're a little bit late on
this. So take this as a bit of a weird kind of let's get everyone up to date thing. And from next week, or whenever we put the next one out, another day, just assume that we're going to be a little bit more specific. We're going to have more of a topic in mind, but we just wanted to let you guys get to know us. Sam has failed miserably at drinking his drink during this this show. Let's compare and contrast. Oh. Upsetting. So, as a bartender, Sam's going to improve his drinking. I'm going to continue my drinking as I do. And in the meantime, where can people find you on the internet, Sam?
www.liquidthoughts.co.uk.
Cool. And Twitter or Facebookings? Anything like that you want people to find you on?
We're on Facebook. Liquid Thoughts. On Facebook.
At Liquid Thoughts.
At Liquid Thoughts. And you're at?
Oh, so my website is BartenderHQ.com. It's just right there. Right there. BartenderHQ.com. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there for recipes, and if you want to throw some bottles around and all that kind of thing, we'll get into some of that. You can find me on Twitter at BartenderHQ. You can find me on Facebook at BartenderHQ, and you can find me on the Instagrams as well at BartenderHQPics, because for some reason somebody had already got BartenderHQ. No idea who wanted that other than me. No idea. But yeah, we will see you next time. Anything you want to add before we go?
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly.
What are we trying to do?
That was shit, wasn't it? It's a shit start. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We had a blast making it. We've made our second episode already. It's on the YouTube channel, so if you want to check that out, head over to bartenderhq.com/YouTube and you'll be able to find it. And I'm going to put a link from BartenderHQ going over to the Booze Bazinga site, which is basically where I will talk about a whole bunch of stuff that I enjoy that's non-bartendery. So if there's other stuff that you want to get involved in, like the comic book trailers, the TV show stuff, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, all that kind of stuff, get over to Booze Bazinga and you'll enjoy it. And I will see you on next week's show. Cheers, man.
If you like this video, click like. If you disliked it, click dislike. Let me know in the comments if there's something else you want me to talk about. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already so that you will get notified every time we release something new.